I guess one of my favorite had to be because just from my father's reaction is one day we had a lovely, very, very famous woman on the show, and in the show she tries to poison me by kissing me, and it was Raquel Welch. And I called my father and I go, Dad, I just kissed Raquel Welch. And he's like, I can't believe you, my son kissed Raquel Welch. What is this world coming to? The only way I could have ever done better in his eyes was to kiss Aunt Margaret, who he had a thing for forever. I think she might have been on his list, if you know what I mean. Not that my mom would allow that, I promise you. Not a chance. So we had some great, great people. Bruce Campbell was a lot of fun. He was on for a long time. He's a great guy. Problem with Bruce Campbell is that I can't ever take him too seriously because I start laughing in any scene I'm in because he's just so funny. I don't know. Lane Davies was a fantastic guest star. We had great people. When I go back and look at that show and see who was on, it's just, to me, it's humbling. I can't pick a favorite because someone would come back and throw rocks at me. So, but I did mention a few that I thought were great. James Hong was on the show. He was great too, and he had a lot of fun. I saw him at a Comic-Con not that long ago, and he looks the same. Well, because he's 147 years old. I'm kidding, James, wherever you are. We just had great people. I cannot pick a favorite. I really don't have a favorite. I'll say the whole group of them. Girdle device, torture device, around your midsection, and you have 2 pig points at your hips, and you hang from those things. And what most people don't realize, it's changed now, by the way, it's a lot easier now, but back in the day, is if you're hung by 2 pig points, you look like this. And you hang that way, and you have to try to balance yourself out so you're straight. It's a very difficult thing to do. I was fortunate that I was able to do it and make it look relatively easy. And then we'd get our co-stars up there, and they'd hang like a noodle. And I always love to sit there and watch them and go, that's pretty fun, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's cue the big old air mover now and see how many pebbles we can pick up off the floor and hit you in the face with, because that's what happens every single time that the wind blows. There's little rocks and things get picked up and you're getting pelted in the face. And I always got a kick out of watching everybody else fly. I was like, isn't that fun? That's great. All right. I mean, Teri was reduced to tears a few times when we had to do the dual things, and I would try to hold her as best I could. But it's a painful process. But yeah, my favorite thing was if anybody wanted to fly, I'm like, be my guest. And then one other thing I can think of was from Penn and Teller, Penn Jillette. He weighs about 285 pounds. He's massive. And I was stronger back in the day, by the way. And I had this one scene where I caught Penn and then sort of had him and walked around with him, which I did. I held him and walked around. And I've played in the NFL, and I've picked up 265-pound guys a lot. I've knocked them down. I've smacked into them. 285 is just, I think it just breaks my threshold. As I was holding him there, I could literally feel the bones in my ankles going, please, no more, no more. I realized that, you know, that's as far as I could go, was holding Penn up there. And nowadays, forget it. Couldn't happen. But we had so many stories that literally could go on and on and on. But doing the stunts and things was always I enjoyed that the most. Maybe that's why I like doing Stars Earned Stripes so much now, because you're constantly just doing stunts. It's a lot of fun, and they're meant to be not dangerous, but unfortunately one episode, the Virtually Destroyed episode, almost killed my own stuntman in that one where he was going to get thrown through a window, and as he goes through the window, the stunt guys are supposed to blow the window so it cracks, and he goes into the window, and he kind of got hung up the way he jumped, and they cracked the window a little early, and he fell down, and then he cut up the whole inside of his face and everything, which was pretty bad. But he wasn't that pretty to begin with, so no, I'm kidding. He, in fact, was so good as a stuntman that we shot an episode where I was playing opposite myself all the time, and it was him. So it was great to shoot over his whole shoulder and see me because the side of his face looked the same. Of course, the very front of his face was all cut up, so no, I'm kidding. So it was great. But there are, you know, the stunts and stuff like that, there was always a lot of fun things. And I could out-jump him too, which also ticked him off because there was one stunt on a mini tram that he couldn't do. And then I went and did it, and he said, don't do that again. Like, okay, you got it. But great guy. Lincoln Simons is his name, and he did a great job. I was like, why? What? Completely disarmed. I had no idea what she was talking about. She said, well, we were at network and you didn't say a word. And I said, well, I didn't work with you at network, but I was like, you have to understand. I'm a clean slate here. I'm just coming here trying to hope I keep a job. Then we sort of ran through the stuff and so on and so forth. She's a very cerebral girl, Teri. She really is. She's smart. She starts the scene, boom, she opens up the door and she puts this smackaroo on me, and I got to give her top marks. She was certainly the best kisser of the bunch. And she was the best actress of the bunch. She really had the character. I knew it was hers to begin with. I mean, right when we shot that scene, or we did that scene for the network, I knew that was going to be the way it was going to go. And she was phenomenal. She has so much, as an actress, she has so many different, her range is fantastic. The comedy, the seriousness, the vulnerability, the strong woman, independent woman, with the tough facade and the soft inside. I mean, she had it all. Obviously, she's gone on and done very well since, as well she should. She's a fantastic actress, and she's the one who deserved the role. The question always becomes chemistry. And since they had already cast me, they had to make sure that, I guess, we worked together, and I think we did. But thank you for the question.